Yay, I'm live. I feel live too. Hello, and welcome to the Ocean's Deep Woo. This is a place where we explore the deepest of woo. That's right, me and you explore the deepest of woo. Okay, so today, and I am the Ocean. So, there have been a lot of really weird stuff happening. And when there's weird stuff happening, I've got to look into it a bit and just kind of express my feelings about the incidents involved. Now, yesterday I couldn't get on because StreamYard just would not let me put the right day in. So I just figured, okay, maybe I'm not supposed to be on. So I decided instead to come in tonight, uh, like usual Monday. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, for whatever reason, I couldn't get on last night. Usually, maybe there's something I don't know about. A lot of times it's like that. You don't know what you don't know. So I've got my cards, I've got my pendulum, and I've got my ability to remote view. And of course, I got Mr. Cowboy here. Mr. Cowboy, you gonna say hi? There is. Okay. So he's here too. He's going to help us figure it out, I'm sure. You know. But so aside from the political events, which are obviously, I mean, you got to look and see that this is the political events have got to be some of this, at least some of this has got to be staged, right? Because this cannot be real. It's definitely what we refer to as clown world. And clown world, um, that's something we are going to be, I mean, we are gradually leaving clown world, which is what most of us perceive as upside down, backwards, and inside out world, where it seems like clowns are running the show. Is it even worse than that? Could it be that some of the people we see are animatronic? To to put a Disney term on it, or I have a couple of theories about these things. Or could they just be a little bit of disguise failure? I'm talking about the fakes on a plane, and I'll call them that. Hey, James Ortiz, how you doing? I'm calling it fakes on a plane because in the two or possibly three accounts, you've got people screaming that these people aren't real. They're fake people. So fakes on a plane, what the heck is going on with that? You know? Um we had a lady, what, in Texas? Then we had another Chinese guy recently saying something very similar. And That that is kind of crazy if you think about it. Hey, I am Pam. How you doing? I mean, it is kind of crazy if you think about it. That we've got two people screaming, somebody isn't real. Okay. Well, there's also been sightings of what appear to be unreal people at some of our hearings and trials revolving around the current administration and their excesses, shall we say, not to get censored. Oh, and by the way, I'm on Discord now. I'm going to pretty soon try streaming on Discord and see how it goes. Less censorship, and if we want to have things more private, if we do actually want to have a private stream where we can do some things that we can't do on YouTube, then we can have them there. Hello, Gemini Moon, sis stars. I am Pam and brother stars. I think it's kind of sad that the brothers don't get to be the stars. But they usually say brother Thor, as in Thor. Um, so we've got fake people. Now the question is, what kind of fake people? Uh, I've met some people who I know have actually told me right out. And I've met other people who had the same thing happen who told me right out that they're not, that there's something else. Okay, so I know that exists. That happens. We've got people that are not what they appear to be. Some of them, if you are the right kind of person, they'll admit it to you. And I guess in my case, they figured it was safe to admit it to me because they knew it wasn't going to turn them in or anything or make a fuss about it. Especially considering I'm not I'm not your typical person. So it was, I have people frequently tell me things that they wouldn't tell anybody else, nobody in their family or anything. I have that happen a lot when I am uh, just out in public. Sometimes people will just sort of gravitate to me and say, you know what? I have a feeling I could tell you this. I've had that happen a lot too. It's usually about their place being haunted or that they're a Bigfoot in the woods or, you know, some other really freaking weird thing, right? That they just have to talk about because when this stuff happens to you, it's not easy to grapple with by yourself. In fact, as we've seen, oh, you are Pam period? Hello, Pam period. She's going through a Pam period. No, I am Pam. Okay. um, Pam and I have we have these little jokes. Anyway, I am Pam I am. Pam I am. No, you're Pam I am. Wait, I'm so confused. Anyway, oh, Pam. So I'm going to run the intro, and then um, I'm on, by the way, like I said, I'm on my Discord server. I sent some of you invites. I don't know if you got them. I sent them in mail, I think, email. Don't know if you got them. To the Discord server. Don't know if you want Discord or not, want to bother with Discord or not, but it's less censored. There's stuff I have to skip over and not say and disguise what I'm saying on YouTube in order to not get in trouble. So I'm kind of tired of that and have been for a while. And I've said I've been looking for some place where I can just talk and not have to censor myself constantly, you know, and worry if somebody mentions the wrong thing. And this is just crazy that this is supposedly, we're living in this place where free speech is written in, baked right into the Constitution, but we can't talk. We have to talk carefully. And some people can get by with saying things and some people cannot. It's all very interesting, isn't it? Well, some people can get by with saying almost anything, and other people can't say anything at all. Yeah. Not good. Mm-mm. So I'm going to run the intro to give people a chance to realize I'm on. And by the way, for those of you, and this is not Heather Dawn, this is my friend Heather from before, who has been through stalking and all of that stuff. She's back home now, just if you've wondered. She is back home. She has gotten a nice apartment of her own and is back in Ohio and doing fine. And hopefully, her extremely turbulent, dangerous life will settle down a bit now. And I certainly hope so. But she's been coming around. She may end up. She may end up coming into chat at some point. This is not Heather Dawn. Heather Dawn is Lady Spellbreaker. Okay. Different Heather. I know some Heathers. Okay. And let's see. Yeah, let's do the intro. Come on, StreamYard. StreamYard has just been acting up like nobody's business. There. So I got my little companion here, my little Lyran companion here, my Lyran assistant. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's purring up a storm just for you and me and for getting his belly rubbed, so he's happy. And I gotta say, his life is good. I mean, eating, sleeping, getting belly rubs. He's got a good life, and being a big internet star like he is, with his own fan club, I'd say he's got a good life for a kitty. If you'd like to belong to the Cowboy the Manx fan club, let me know, and I'll actually am thinking of having a Cowboy the Manx fan club just for the heck of it. Yeah, little cowboy. Oh, no, this is in the way. This is in the way, but he's just being a cute baby. Look at this. That's how he knows he's going to get his belly rubbed, right? By being incredibly adorable, right? So, oops, let me reposition the camera here. I need some equipment. I need good equipment. Okay, so he's a good boy. He's a good guy. He's a good little guy. Yeah, he's such a good kid. Um, so we've got fakes on a plane. Basically, this looks to me like somebody's covering for not being human. Now, is that human as in alien? Is that human as in being AI? Is that non-human as in maybe some of the things that live in the underground that we've heard about, some of which we've actually encountered, or at least I have, but in the etheric, not in the physical thing. Well, I might have encountered them in the physical, but that's hard to prove. It's hard to prove, but from time to time, my sight kicks in and I see that there are a lot of people walking around that are not what they appear to be, whatever that really means. So could there be another thing going on here? Could it be that, oh, what? Oh, cute. Thank you. Could it be that people's sight is kicking in and they're not used to it because we're all getting upgrades, right? And could it be that people are actually, some of them, yeah, they could be hallucinating, right? They could be hallucinating. Some of them could be just watch too many shows like this one, or maybe watch too many Ancient Aliens programs or whatever, or conspiracy shows or whatever. But I don't know. They stand out. These stand out because you got to be pretty desperate to want to get off a plane. Now it reminds me so much of a Twilight Zone where William Shatner actually plays this guy seeing something on the wing of the plane, saying, "Oh no, we're going to crash. We're all going to die." It reminds me so much of that Twilight Zone episode. Now, which I could show it to you, but there is a Twilight Zone episode like that. And where he's absolutely terrified and he can see this, but nobody else can see this. And you got to think to yourself, I know that I have seen some things that other people can't see, but I know that I can do that. But what if you didn't know that? What if it was kind of new to you and this ability was kicking in and you realized, I just saw something and nobody else saw, I just saw something I shouldn't be seeing, but didn't know that it was just one of your abilities. Well, there is that, there is that possibility. When I first had certain abilities kicking in, I didn't know what to think of them. Um, they were very confusing. So I remember one time, I even have talked about it here. One time when I was going through a particular period, a particularly weird period, I remember my friend and I went to this bar and grill, and there are many of those in Kent. Went to this bar and grill, and I swear I looked at everybody there didn't look human. But it was like an overlay. It was sort of like an overlay. It was not like it was 3D. It was like an overlay over what they looked like. And then I knew that's my third eye seeing that. That's what I'm seeing with my third eye. But was it a physical thing, or was it just where their spirits came from? I kind of decided for the most of them, it was probably just where their spirits came from before here. And so, but this is different. This is cameras picking up on people who are not human. And there have been plenty of events like this where people have been behaving not human in public and suddenly stopping, acting very strange, like a machine that's not functioning. Like there's one woman whose eyes are wide and she's kind of like this, looking, and there's been the ones where it glitches up and you can see that their eyes are blinking sideways, or their um or their images are breaking up into some other image, or could it be sort of like um those of you who saw Total Recall, when Arnold is dressed as that woman and the disguise is breaking up and it kind of goes nuts and malfunctions. Could this be a malfunction? Because I'm pretty sure we've had non-humans living among us for a long, long time. I don't think this is anything. Hi, Paradox Fossils. Hi. And hi, Michelle. I I don't think this is new. I'm telling you, from my point of view, this is not a new thing. It's just more people are noticing it now. And part of the reason more people are noticing it is every freaking buddy has a camera, okay? And everybody can now get it recorded. So if they think, no, that can't be, I didn't really see that, but the camera did, and it's recorded, see? So now it's a lot harder to lie to yourself. Because remember, I told you several shows back, like a while back, one of the things your mind does to you, and I found this time and again, your mind will try to make everything all right, will try to make everything fit comfortably into whatever paradigm you're going by. And this is well known, that your mind searches for continuity. It's why you can look at a sentence composed of broken up words and piece it together in your mind. Your mind will fill in the blanks. And it does that with everything. That is the way your mind works. It's to provide continuity. But sometimes that trips us up. because sometimes we misread things. So, in the event that you see something that you shouldn't be seeing, I've experienced some wild stuff. And I have seen people go, "Oh my God, did you see that?" Just to flip right back to, "Oh, it was probably just, something," no matter how far they have to stretch, something explainable. And there are people who will really stretch it far to get it to fit into something explainable. Yeah, you're right, paradox. Yes, getting buttons pushed, dampening fields, amnesia, distraction. And one remote viewer was talking about how he saw that people were getting sprayed with stuff that would not allow them to connect events. Um, like the way he explained it is what this what it actually did to people was, well, you see something in the sky and you see something happening, you don't connect the two, and you don't connect the thing you saw in the sky with a anything unusual. It just kind of dampens that, oh, that's unusual, maybe that's a alien craft. This is something like, I know when I get fibro fog, it's kind of like that. Fibro fog, I will be able to read a whole paragraph. I'll be able to read it back to you, but I cannot tell you what it means. I cannot connect the vision with the meaning of it. In other words, that happens sometimes with the fibro fog. And I got my suspicions about the fibro fog too, about what that actually may be for some of us. Now, I don't get that happen very often anymore, but there was a time when I was not taking as good a care of myself, when it was happening more often, and it was really scary because I literally couldn't get the meaning of what was happening, which I think I sometimes wonder if some of us have been the subject of experiments, frankly. Um, so it's, too many of us. Oh, James, wow. I've seen the television show Pattern or Blank Screen Play at Tone, and my thoughts turned blank. Started watching other people and kids, they would go blank. And I'm aware of it now. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, James. Is I think we are being manipulated. It's just that some of us have become aware of the manipulation. That's what I'm thinking. Now, you guys, you're smart people. You keep up with stuff. Tell me what you think about this. Could this be what's really going on? Is that stuff that we would never think of normally? We would never give a thought that this could ever be. But now we know that it can be. Once that breach is crossed, that barrier, whatever it is, that that stuff goes on that we aren't being told. Once the trust has been broken in what we see and what we hear and everything, once the trust has been broken, then you see things differently. And actually, this is what Vision Quest, the shamanic Vision Quest, would do, is that and things like ayahuasca, other other rituals like that. show you that uh, reality is not as solid as you think, not as explainable as you think, that the normal rules may not apply to every circumstance, that there's a lot more going on than you've been told or led to believe. So, and honestly, it's not hard to think that this can be used in all kinds of ways. I mean, is it really that hard to believe that somebody would not be using this to hurt us? Because, you know, there are beings that treat us like cattle, you know? There are beings apparently that just think of us as cattle. I mean, we make a lot of useful products, including adrenaline. But if you go in down that path, but like I said, I think a lot of times we're progressing. The sun is throwing all these codes at us, and it is time for us to be changing and upgrading. And that's another thing that I have really looked into this and studied it. As far as I can tell, the sun now supposedly instructions come from the great central sun. It shot through our sun and beamed down to our planet here in order to make the changes. And I have seen changes happen in our lifetime. Is it CERN or are we just being recoded? I think we're being recoded. I really do. I think in many cases we are just being recoded. Like I said, cats used to have nictating membranes in their eyes, and now they don't. What's up with that? That's within my lifetime, and I remember it very clearly. It was all the way up until sometime in the 90s. That's when weird stuff started happening. Here's another thought: people having trouble with their heart. Our hearts have moved from the left side to more towards the middle. Our kidneys, a lot of people having lower back pain. Our kidneys have been moved, somehow migrated. Everybody knew what a kidney punch was, exactly where to punch a kidney. Now our kidneys are moving up our spine, closer to our rib cage. Where is this all going to end? You know, and this has been in my lifetime, just in my lifetime. Oh, you say, James, you say the television can just be on and it drains or distracts you? Yeah, yeah. Fishing buddy says it wastes time. Yeah, that's true. It just drains your time off. The Howie Mandela effect. Okay, Alan. Alan. Yeah, the Howie Mandela effect. But really, is it the Mandela effect or are we just being recoded? I think we're being recoded. Look, I've already told you there is so much evidence we're actually in a matrix. If we're in a matrix, you change a little bit of code and things change. Okay? That doesn't mean we're not going to feel it. We're probably going to feel it. It might not be comfortable. Is that why everybody's got the back pain and problems with their hearts right now? I mean, it could be also other things, lots of things like the abomination that we've been through in the last few years, of which we gotta be careful to speak. But kapow. Um, it's it's interesting that as we're being told we're getting these upgrades, more people are probably going to be able to see the truth from time to time, which means the mask is going to slip from time to time, right? And that means the facade is going to fail more often. And the camera is going to catch that. And so I am seeing a future as I sit here and talk about it. I'm seeing a future where this happens just more and more often until it becomes, when things happen over and over and over again, it eventually becomes normalized. Oh, you're down the road from the Trinity site testing range. Oh my God. Well, yeah, it certainly could be. The kidney trouble could be associated with atomic bomb testing. I certainly wouldn't be surprised. But, and Alan says frequency balances on two tuning forks. Well, there you go. Yeah, see, that's just the thing. We're frequency beings. And that is becoming ever more apparent is that it's true. Everything seems to be running on frequency. It's not, things are not as physical as we like to think. It's not that these beings are suddenly here. It's that suddenly we can see that these beings are here, and suddenly we have some kind of proof that our mind can't just refute it. You can't just write it off. Oh, I imagine that. That was just a trick of the light. It was just a trick of whatever, you know. Now we've got proof, and we're getting more and more proof, and it's beginning to add up, and it's beginning to pile up. And who knows how many more people are going to be screaming fakes on a plane. Okay. And the reason, of course, I use that title is because of snakes on a plane. Um, you remember, I never saw that movie, but I kind of got the gist of the content. It's sort of like the same thing though. Panic erupts because something is loose on a plane that people can't explain why it was or are afraid of. That's right, Ellen. Everything is pliable and all spiritual beings can shapeshift. And to a certain extent, all of us probably do. Maybe we just notice it with some people more than others. I know that when I look entirely different in my videos. I've seen videos where I look so different. I don't even recognize myself sometimes. It's like I really am like the Oracle in the Matrix, you know? Sometimes I don't even recognize my own face. But it is definitely a frequency based system. And we are running on codes. Okay, so everything can be changed with coding. And some of us are natural coders in this process. And this is why once we realize who we are, that we are creators, and that we have a part in creating this creation, now we can start to use this to our benefit. And I have, and many of us have, some of you have. I know some of you have used this. Basically, you've got the ability. I'm trying to read comments too while I'm talking about this. Basically, you've got the ability to play in this game too. You're not left out in the cold here, so to speak. We've already changed weather patterns. We've flattened tsunamis. We've made it rain. We've changed events. I have seen things just shift. Okay, because we intended it, because we decided it was going to be so. Once humanity figures this out, things are going to change. Yeah, I am sorry to hear about it too, James. I'm sorry to hear that you live near the Trinity testing site and they're trying to tell you how safe it is, probably. Oh dear. Cannabis actually makes your mind more malleable. So I would be very careful what I watched and listened to when I was smoking cannabis, because really, I think we screwed ourselves up really good when we were kids, because we're really bad when we were younger, daring each other to, you know, to imbibe and then watch something really mind-bendingly scary. And so that was all input into our minds. Is that why years later we're seeing all this crap emerge? And TV, yeah, I 100% believe. In fact, I spoke of Heather. She could see it psychically. She could see things coming out of the TV. Well, it wasn't really things coming out of the TV. I think it was frequencies that she was seeing. She looked like entities to her. It's a type of portal. It emits frequency. We know this. Mine's off most of the time. I don't watch TV. I don't want to be programmed. TV is programming. That's what it is. Okay. And everybody who's a big TV fan, TV watcher, why, most of them lined up for the free wax attacks, you know, free Jabberwocky attacks. So, what, and we know that subliminals work. I mean, once again, boys from my neck of the woods. I told the story I hear many times that one of the mother spas, I can't remember which one. I think it was the younger one. From Devo. They're from Akron, down the road here. He put very, very inaudibly, really, so that you wouldn't notice it. He put in "Sugar is Bad" into a Hawaiian Punch background, because he was hired to do the music for Hawaiian Punch. And he didn't think anybody'd notice. He just did it as kind of an experiment. Haha. And then he started noticing, and I started noticing it too at one point, when everybody started saying sugar is bad for you. That's the exact message he put in there. People started parroting the message he put in Hawaiian Punch. This led to, of course, all of these fake sugars that are even worse for you than regular sugar, than cane sugar, that are way worse. Okay. So that's on him. I'm sorry, but that is on him. But we know how easy it is to deliver something, especially when it's flown in under the radar and you're not being told that this is what's happening to you. Yeah, same here, Alan. I use TV to watch YouTube. That's all. Once in a while, I use it to watch YouTube. Uh, Class action lawsuit on the government from density of cancers. It's the downwinders. Yeah, absolutely, James Ortiz. The nurse joked about the medication. About the medication? Oh, okay. You were watching Max. See, that's just it. Is we've got things like that happening. Now, some of us know we were told that everything's just fine. They're going to be safe. There's no problem. Just like those people in East Salem were told to go back to their homes. It was okay. I wonder how many cancers down the road. You know what I'm saying? How many cancers down the road is that event going to cause? Mm-hmm. How many other conditions? I want to say I wasn't on yesterday. I'm going to say it again. I wasn't on yesterday. We went to Odd Mall for just the very last of it because Jason managed to wake himself up in time to get us down there for the very tail end of it when people were packing up and leaving. But it was awesome, even at that. And then we had a very heavy rainstorm on the way back, which is something I kind of asked for, but expected a little later in the day. I expected us to be home by that time. So I come in and StreamYard is not letting me get at on Sunday. It's just not letting me have Sunday. It was like, no, you're going to go on Monday. So I was on for like a second and off again because it was trying to throw me on a Monday show. And, which would have been today. But so I was having a heck of a time with the tech. But I did actually get to have some fun. But that kind of a show, it's interesting how many people at those kind of shows are not, and I don't know, maybe it's because they've got their mind open. Odd Mall is there's a lot of gamers. There's a lot of people who like science fiction, fantasy, conspiracies are really big. They love to hear about cryptids. That they're actually, in short, they're kind of our crowd. My crowd. But those people, they keep up on things more than other people. And I was sitting there thinking, we well, they wouldn't be spending all day watching TV, though, because they wouldn't have time. And especially if you're going to be doing an outdoor shows on regular or vendor shows, you're not going to be watching TV all the time. You're going to be vending. So, I don't know. But the TV you're going to be watching is probably going to be something that's going to be a little bit more mind opening than what most people watch. And it's funny how easy it is to talk to people at these things. You drank a Sprite and had an underlying bad feeling. A donut did the same thing. I'm not aware. It makes me ill. I'm not sure I really understand what you mean. Oh, yeah, generations will be affected by top. Yeah. Well, they're still finding radioactivity at sites that. Where's that place in Siberia? Tungasa or something? Yeah, I mean, they're still finding. It created kind of a dead zone around there. Oh, you're a worker with a sense of humor. It's good to have one with a sense of humor. Yeah, the Tungasa crater, that's still radioactive. That was thousands of years ago. Yeah, the damage done doesn't go away. And a few days, a few years, a few months, a few decades. No, that kind of damage lasts, which is why you've got to be freaking nuts to think that there's going to be any kind of way to win a nuclear war. Nobody will really win. Nobody can really win that kind of thing unless you're used to radioactivity and thrive on it like some beings. Once again, I point to the possibility of terraforming, of a terraforming agenda. So, actually, what I'm thinking, I was thinking if you guys are interested in this sort of thing. And also, there have been, like I said, there have been people who have been seen who really do look fake in the camera eye. I mean, we've had pictures of people having glitches, having just where they just stop functioning for maybe a whole minute. Uh, I believe it was Al Roker was one of the ones that did that. They had a. I think you can still find the clip of Al Roker malfunctioning and just stopping in mid, like that. And yeah, aware typo. I mean, so maybe we need to look at some of these. Now they're showing up in political hearings, in court case, standing behind the judges in court cases or the speakers. Um, a guy that looks very much like an alien among the Secret Service, you know, uh, or what was it? There was a guy that, honest to God, looked like Voldemort in one of these pictures. That was like the Secret Service around the president. But I'm like, well, this wouldn't surprise me. If you guys want to, but this is front loading. Of course, this is very highly front loaded. I mean, after what I said. But any of you who are intuitive, I say we take a check and see if we can find out what's happening. Maybe would you like to remote view this? Would you like to do a group remote view and take a look at this and see if we can see what's going on, or maybe just read some cards? Because I really think I got some idea. Some of these creatures are just not human, and the disguise is malfunctioning. Do I think it's AI, pure AI? Probably not. Do I think it's somebody controlling AI? That may be. But what is it? Oh, wait. Something's coming in my left ear. Maybe I'm about to find out. Okay, hang on. Shields up. By the way, bubble up, everybody. Don't forget to bubble up. And by that, I mean put up your shields. Put up your spear, put on your Merkaba before we take a look at anything, and call in your guides, your guidance, and get them to be present so that they can help you if anything happens. It strength in numbers. Am I about to get a message? I don't know. Okay. Maybe, because I feel very strange. I think I'm going to pull the cards. I think I'm going to pull some cards and see what. I've got some right here. The spirit animals. I don't know if this is the right deck for this. No. No. I'm going to use these. First, I'll use these. He just retired 33 years, Al Roker. I believe it was Al Roker that just stopped. And there is a video of it. But was it him? Was it really him? That's the question. I mean, there's a lot of people I knew, but then later on, they're different. That's pretty cool, James Ortiz. He just retired 33 years. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I believe it was Al. I got to find out for sure who it was. But it was weird because he just stopped functioning. It's like he just froze right in the middle of something. Can't remember if that was him. Oh no, was this local Steve Stucker, 33 years. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Oops, we've got a card flying out. I have a very two cards. Hang on. Whoa, you guys, look what two cards they are. While I'm talking about death and temperance. Wow. Hello, Mary Wins. Yeah, they were saying that Al was actually AI. I don't know. I like I said, I would like to find out. And doing a remote view, although I'm not Max, I usually leave the remote viewing to Max's class because I'm not really very well versed at that running a class like that. However, I thought we might want to take a look. You couldn't get Discord to cooperate? Gee, I'm sorry about that, Mary Wins. I had that trouble with Discord the first time I tried to use it a long time ago, but it worked better this time. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, the show from Rockefeller Plaza. Yeah, that might have been it. It was AI, yeah. By the way, yeah, I do have a Discord channel now, and when I get time and figure out how to get the information for that, I actually did invite you, some of you. Um, Pam, do you think you can put the invite link up? I know you got it. Some of you got it. Yeah, and Anderson Cooper teased about it. Yeah, it was very odd. It was very odd. There was a lot of that going on. There's been a lot of that sort of thing. And now we're catching it. You know, we've got recordings of it where before we wouldn't have the recordings. So the two cards that show up are both major arcana. Okay. And the card on the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. And that's interesting because, death, of course, is changes, and Pluto is going through the chart of the US, right? And right now it's in Capricorn. But the death card has a lot to do with Pluto. And spiritual transformation, new beginnings, letting go, endings, change, transition, sudden or unexpected upheaval, endings, and release. And the key says, I'm willing to let go of a past version of myself. And this is telling me, yeah, there's more than one version of reality happening. Okay. And also, I'm getting that we're going to see even more of this as time goes on. This is not going to be so now and then. It's going to be more often now. We're going to see this stuff happen probably. Well, thank you. So anybody wanting to join our Discord, there you go. Thank you, Pam. You are wonderful. She's so smart. She really is. The Temperance card. Balance, peace, patience, moderation, inner calm, perspective, tranquility, harmonious relationships, soulmates, serenity. I know my extremes. I now seek peace. And the Hermit card is soul searching, spiritual enlightenment, self reflection, introspection, contemplation, inner guidance, and solitude. I honor my spiritual self. But to some people, the Hermit represents a lot of times the star people, especially if a star card comes up. The Temperance card is Jupiter in Sagittarius. Interesting. Okay, somehow what is happening, this is not, people are worried that this is going to be something evil. Well, sure, there are some manipulative evil things that are at work, uh, and we've seen signs of that. But it's saying, don't worry, there's going to be spiritual intervention too. Things are changing. I think I'm right. This is talking about things changing. It's a transition. In other words, yeah, because this is death and rebirth, which we're going through as a world. That is what we're going through. And definitely as a nation, we're having birth pangs, we're having death and rebirth pangs. I mean, it's never comfortable. But yes, I think they're trying to make me see that um, we are being looked after. This is also a card of Jupiter, temperance is also a card representing Jupiter, and we know Jupiter's doing a lot of things astrological too. And what's this one? Hmm. But it's due to the change. Okay, I think I am getting that it's right that we are having these changes because we are changing, that we are being able to see these things because of the changes that are happening in us. Um, so these things have been happening. This is not, at least that's the way it's looking right now from the cards that fell out. Let me see if I can get any more on this. So, can you tell us some more about these events? Heather, you found it. Okay. You got my link then? We were just talking about you, hoping you'd show up. Okay. Hang on, let me find out. See if I can come up with what is going on here. What is really going on with all this stuff? Okay, and the first one is Three of Wands. It's foresight. Foresight. Travel, moving abroad, foreign land, foresight, forward planning, moving forward, self confidence, self belief, freedom, success, happy with choices, outcome, hard work, paying off. That's an interesting first card, isn't it? Queen of Cups. Let's just put them out. Four of Swords. Mature, emotional, female, security. These are not bad. Huh. Psychic. Because this is Queen of Cups, it's mature, emotional, female, security, femininity, loving, warmth, sensitivity, kindness, happiness, intuition, romance, loyal, faithful, shy, easily wounded, pretty, beauty, daydreamer, and psychic. Then, of course, the Four of Swords is fear, anxiety, stress, feeling of overwhelm, mental overload, needing solitude, relaxation, rest, peace and quiet, sanctuary, meditation, regrouping, recuperation. This is interesting. So this is really not a terribly, this is like not a terribly negative thing. It's we've got to kind of reframe it. It's not what it looks like. Whatever's going on, it's not what it looks like. Okay, so the middle card is a very emotional card and also psychic. Foresight, nurturing, and rest. It looks like a lot of this. I think we've got some very stressed out people. Is it actually, maybe this is not quite the right. Let's see. Well, partially it looks like it's happening because we've got a very emotionally stressed out people, which makes plenty of sense to me. People are pretty emotionally stressed out. Now, what's this one wants to talk? Orca, whale, adventure, dare to do things differently, sing your wild song, manifest your travel dreams. There's that travel thing again. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You're more powerful than you know. Traveling. Yeah. It's because we're moving. It is. Okay. I think I'm right. I think what it is this sort of thing has been there all along, but we are seeing it because we're moving. In effect, we're changing our frequency, we're changing our octave that we're going to be dwelling in frequency wise. Therefore, we're just seeing what's always been there. More people are seeing it, and of course, we're taking our cameras and stuff with us. Even our technology is going to be changed by being around us because, after all, it's made up of the same stuff. Um, okay, so we're not seeing new phenomena. This isn't anything new. This has been there. All the It's just that now, because of what's going on with us, we're able to spot it and take a record of it, make records of it. And they tried to do this in artwork. And of course, we went through a period where we couldn't understand what they were trying to say in the artwork, but I'm sure there's plenty of artwork, their way of recording things. And I mean ancient, artwork. Where they were seeing things and recording it, and we weren't getting. We're looking at it now and trying to rationalize away what they were trying to tell us. Heidi Hody, are you calling me a hoe, Scotty? You calling me a hoe? Yeah, I have four swords. I know. I have been resting so much. I have been needing so much rest. Yes, we're migrating from MeWe to Discord because MeWe's kind of dead now. kind of dead right now. And, you know, we're not really having a lot of people on there. So we are moving we're going to try Discord. It just seems to function a little better for most people, but unfortunately, we do have Mary Wins who seems to be having a problem. So we're going to try and help Mary Wins get herself onto Discord so that she can join us there. Figure out what the heck goes on. But yeah, sometimes these apps, and I'm so sorry about that, Mary Wins. I'm not very technical with that stuff. I struggle just to get StreamYard to cooperate and let me do a show sometimes. Like it wasn't last night, and so there was no show last night. It wasn't cooperating with me last night for whatever reason. I could not get StreamYard to cooperate. Some of these things seem to have mind of their own. So yeah, I really think it's a lot about what we're going through as a species. But I'm getting this. It's going to be all right. Again, they keep telling me it's not what it looks like. That is constantly a message. It's not the worst what you're thinking. Yes, there's been a lot of interference, and there still is, but things are going to turn out way better than we think. When it finally does all pan out, we're going to be amazed at what's been right under our nose the whole time. Michelle Canham Free, hi. Stressing out about how much people are getting stressed out. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people are definitely projecting their stress. Absolutely. Definitely, definitely. So some of this is, oh, yes, humor is the best medicine, laughing gas. Yes, I agree. Humor is really the best medicine. Bro, we really have a lot going on right now. Yeah, it's seriously. Everybody's like, "It's the end of the world. They're going to kill us. The AI is coming to kill us, and the aliens and the you know no, More of us are waking up, and we're going to take this in hand, and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, there's plenty of us waking up and realizing that we have some ability to deal with this. We have power over this stuff. This is not outside of our scope. Remember, we're going to be taking up the reins of this planet very quickly uh, as we move up in the level of our abilities. What we're being trained for is to take over the running of this place, whatever you want to believe it is. Some of us may not be staying for the whole trip. Some of us may not be staying here much longer than it takes to just get humanity to the point where it can get to the point where we can start to drive this bus. Okay. We're not going to be here forever, but Oh, they only let you ride the short bus. It's funny. Okay. Yeah, Scotty, the pantless one has arrived. So exactly, Mary. Keep your vibrational frequency high as possible. Same old advice as always. They've been saying it. We've been hearing this from everybody, all our guides. The thing you can do is keep your vibration high. If you want to not be a victim, don't adopt the victim mentality, and you won't become a victim. The victims have a victim mentality. So even if you find yourself with a fake on a plane, with fakes on a plane, don't flip out. I know this can be difficult. I have found myself in situations where absolutely I was sure that the person sitting next to me on public transportation was not human. I, I was sure of it. So, but I didn't get up and let me off the bus. We're all gonna die. And if you ever do get a chance to see William Shatner in that episode, you might want to go see that of the Twilight Zone. It's kind of funny now that he's been Captain Kirk and everything, looking back on it. Um, that episode. Yeah, we absolutely can vibrate away from all of this nasty stuff. Once again, everybody's getting smoke and having, from the fires and, having all kinds of things. I'm smelling some chemicals, but I'm not really, um, I don't think I'm really getting that terribly affected by it. Um, there are people that are going to be very terribly affected by it, but I'm not going to be one of those people. My life's been okay. There's been its ups and downs and some challenges like I'm going through now with trying to get some new channels started. I haven't been able, for some reason, I just have to accept this as guidance. I haven't been able to get the, although I was told to start the other channel, I really was urged to go ahead and start the other channel that I started with the card reading. I haven't been able to do any readings in a little while. Now, I don't know, that may be changing, but I haven't been able to get them on that channel. Now, maybe tonight it could be different. I could try to do it and it could maybe just go right through smooth as butter. But, I have learned to just, there will be things, oh, pardon me, things that happen that you don't know all the ramifications, right? Of what can happen because you're doing something, but your guidance does. Your guides do. Your larger self does, and will sometimes stop you from doing stuff that's not in your best interest. So, yeah, we're here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah, expansive vibrations, yes. Scotty changes the air to pure goodness. He is the Febreze of the. Here, spray a little Scotty on your. Yeah, we can transmute everything. We can. Oh, you were texting your friend and put it on here accidentally. Oh, okay. Everybody's, a lot of us, I can't say everybody, but a lot of us have been craving solitude. It's like we want to just be left alone to transform in peace. Transformers. It's almost like leave me alone to let me go through whatever the freak this is in peace. Because, and right now I'm having to deal with housing stuff. And this is the funny thing. My physiology reacts to it. I know I'm here breaking some kind of a generational curse, but my physiology actually literally reacts to it. I started getting a sick stomach the very day that I signed the new lease for this place. And that happens every year, and it'll continue until after everything's settled. It happens every freaking year. Now, I know intellectually I'm fine. Everything's going to be fine. I, you know, they've never had a problem with me. I've always passed inspection. I, don't cause a lot of problems or anything. So they're not calling me into the office and saying, why are you doing this or anything, or giving me notices of any kind that anything bad's happening. So I know everything's going to be fine. But there are some glitches and hiccups right now in the system to get everything working. And there will be that from time to time. But it is somehow making my stomach go crazy. That fight or flight stuff. And I can't help but think that's programmed into us. How is it getting activated? What is activating this? But it gets activated in us. I have to break this cycle somehow. And believe me, I'm aware of it. I'm totally aware of it. But trying to break it has just been the roughest thing. I don't know. Oh, it's difficult when you have children in the house. Oh, bam. Don't you realize that when you retire, that's when your real work actually begins? Because as grandmother, you are now the babysitter. You are now the babysitter for the rest of your life. Mom will watch them. Oh, a little cough syrup in the juice box. Napping again. Yes. Really, you tried an Oculus virtual reality goggle. Next thing you'll be telling us that you went off to Mars to start a revolution. Oh, yeah, you are, Pam. Yep, Pam. Grandma. Yes. Mhm. Don't it feel good? Yes, Scotty says, don't it feel good, Pam? That's right, Alan. You went off to Mars to start a rebellion, didn't you? You'll be coming in telling us that one day. You know it. And you start talking like Arnold. I hope not. Um, That I have been thinking about trying those. I have been thinking about trying those virtual reality. That's my kind of thing, in the old days. I was involved with all that kind of stuff. Um, I guess one of their first things that they do, though, is push you off a platform in the Oculus, in one of the programs. I guess in what is that in Meta or something? One of the first things you do is get pushed off a platform from a high distance up. And the thing is, oh, Mars for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes to Mars was an interesting band. You did go to in a remote view. You know what? Um, I've been to several places in a remote view. It is very interesting. Mars is definitely Mars is definitely inhabited. As far what did you get, Alan? Mars is inhabited, is what I got. Not only is it inhabited, but it's been inhabited. Yep, virtual chat rooms. Well, maybe one day we'll be meeting each other in those chat rooms. And then how will be, and once again, how will we be able to tell where we really are? Um, you know what? We can, if you want to, Mary Wins, look at the moon again, if you want to. Oh, it fits your old phone. It was cool, but you get bored and it wasn't worth your time. So you got bored with it. Yeah, there are lot of, uh, there are a lot of beings on everywhere. You know what? As far as I can tell, there are beings inhabiting almost everywhere. I mean, inside planets, outside planets, and on the moons. Heck, there might be some on the asteroids. I don't know. There might be some on the hemorrhoids. Wait a minute, that's wrong. Okay, on the here's a question. Why aren't hemorrhoids called asteroids? Because of where they are. An asteroid's called well, I guess it was already taken. Maybe it was already taken. I don't know. Asteroids are already taken, so they had to call it something. So. Oh, he was loud and obnoxious. So your son sold a pair of the Oculus, or sold an Oculus, and you were glad because it was kind of annoying. I did too, Mary. It was like there was a bar. Was that at Max's? Because we did go there at Max's one time, and it was weird. There were bars and things. There were bars and grills, bar and grill place. Once you get past the spiders from Mars, yeah, spiders from Mars was real back in the day. No one else can participate well on it, so we can't inter-participate. Um, I think that'll happen eventually. I think eventually we'll be visiting each other virtually that way. If we don't just remote view each other, if we don't just bilocate, some of us will just bilocate. Blasteroid, a blastoid. Okay. And, I guess women don't get hemorrhoids because, there are no hemorrhoids. There are steroids. So I guess maybe steers get them. I don't know. Questions, the questioning mind, always a questioning mind. Anyway, no goggles. Yeah. Yeah, I have shown up places without any goggles. Yep. But goggles are fun. Another Bowie song. Yeah, I know. David's been everywhere. He is a busy, busy guy. And he lets you know because he'll play a song. There'll be a song on. One of his songs will come on. Yep, I'm here. It's so funny. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with, isn't he? He's something else. People didn't understand what was going on with him. He is he was definitely one of us. And it was funny because um, if you look at a lot of his earlier work was songs about science fiction and fantasy and stuff like that. Uh, so I think when he was younger, he was a lot like us. Unfortunately, he got that coke habit that kind of did a number on him. Okay, so let me see what the pendulum says, just for the heck of it. Let me test it now. Okay, you ready to go? Show me yes. Okay. Okay, now stop. Show me no. Okay. And Cowboy is a really nice dog. Okay, I almost confused you for a minute. Okay. And Pam is a teenager. And my real name is Slarty Bartfast. No, okay. Biden is a hand puppet. Is a puppet. Yep, got that right. Saying yes. Biden's a puppet. Okay, now that we know. You are my friend on Discord. Yay! Mary made it. Welcome, Mary. Welcome, Mary. What about David Bowie, Scotty Boy? Didn't you know? Um, there's a lot about him that people don't know, Scotty. A lot, a lot, a lot. No, I don't know that I have. Um, I should look that up. Slarty Bart Fast is from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Slarty Bart Fast is one that presses a button and completely resets Earth and gives them Earth B after the Earth was destroyed. In Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Slarty Bart Fast is one of the designers. And he goes, "Oh, that's okay. We've got Earth B here. We've got a copy right here." And he presses a button, and all of a sudden, everything's back. Yeah. And Scotty, let's see, Scotty's the man with two heads. Zaphod Beeblebrox. I'm sorry, Scotty. You're not Zaphod Beeblebrox. You'd have to see the show to forget that one. Supposedly he has two heads. Anyway, oh pantless one, oh pantless one, oh pantless one. Scotty got a kilt. Okay, so let's see. Fakes on a plane. Is that a real event? Were there something really going on there? They weren't just hallucinating. Something was really going on there. Absolutely. It's swinging really, really, yeah. Okay. Now let's see if we can find out what was going on there. Mm. So, what was going on there? Were they non human entities? Yes. Okay. So, are we talking from underground? No. Are we talking AI? That's the wrong question. Rephrase the question. Okay. Maybe AI assisted ETs, like with some kind of AI helping them know. Non human entities. I'm talking AI. There are some AIs. Yes, involved. Absolutely. So we've got artificial intelligence. Are we talking reptile? Toids, whatever they call them? No. We're talking artificial people, like in Blade Runner. Dang. The fakes on a plane are artificial people. Are they testing them to see if we can spot them? Is that what's really going on? That's been, yes, they're testing artificial. They're testing AI to see if we can spot them, see how we react. Well, I guess we're seeing how we react. That's exactly what's going on. They're testing AI. Now, the people at the political hearings or whatever that was, are they AI? No. No, they're not the same thing at all. Okay. Are they some kind of non human being? Yes. They're AI. Just testing. No, they are not AI. Are they from underground? The underground ones? No. Are they ETs of some sort? Rephrase the question. That's not the right question. Interdimensionals. Somehow interdimensionals popped into my mind. Interdimensionals. So interdimensionals are taking part in our politics. Interdimensionals taking part in our politics, passing themselves off as humans. But they're not human. Okay, for nefarious purposes? No, not really. For it trying to be helpful? Actually, trying to be helpful. Well, we've got a lot of corruption. Hmm. There you go. Food for thought. Ideas? Still the pantsless wonder. That's Scotty. Okay. Michelle understands. Yeah, the next word's invasion. It's too late. We've already been invaded a long time ago. Yeah. Hey, Paula, you expose evil. Um, I'm getting yes on that without the. So they're helping us. Interesting. We've got some help. I guess we really need it. But we have been told that if we instigate change, that we will receive help and backing. And the other night, right here live on the show, and I guess that was not fun. That was Pan that showed up. That was Pan, who Paul says, as far as he can tell, is the head of the nature spirits. He he seems to be the main guy, and that kind of follows with the way that he used to be thought of. And Bacchus showed up and said, we need more fun. That fun is actually a human need. And it's something that they're trying to take away from us, is our ability to even have fun and not be afraid. Yeah, people hating our high vibration. Yeah, I know. It really pisses them off. If you can't beat them, join them around. If you can't join them, beat them. Ah, yeah, we'll beat them to the punch. That's true. Some have Archon walk-ins. Yeah, I think that. Well, the Bide in BYED dash in family. Let's ask, are they really a crime family syndicate? Oh, yes. Really a criminal family all the way through and through and through. Oh, yes. Okay. Are they possessed, owned, possessed, being ridden by, or something like that, being controlled by malevolent powers, beings? Yes. And the interdimensionals are helping us route that out. Yes. And it's not swinging as wildly as it was. To some extent, I'm wondering what their stake is in it. They have a stake in it too? Yes, for some reason. Because it somehow affects them too. Yes, absolutely. So it doesn't just affect us, it goes beyond us. Well, well. Isn't that interesting? Lots of wells. I hope they're oil wells the way things are going, but okay, are we finally gonna see at some point within maybe a year or so? Are we finally gonna see these people get prosecuted and gotten rid of? Yes. Okay. It still looks like that's gonna happen. Probably I've been seeing the fall happening in the fall. Things are really gonna start to fall in the fall. Mhm. Looks like it. Yeah, supposedly high vibe channels. That's okay. Yeah, they feed on low vibrations. Really, Alan? Yeah, you know what? Mine's done that sometimes. Yeah, I didn't come for a popularity contest either. Although, what we were told that life is not a popularity contest, well, in many events, life is a popularity contest. Depends on what you're going for, what you're really looking for in life. But a lot of times, life is. But that's not what we're here for. We've got a job to do. We came here with a job to do. What is that? It felt like there was some kind of shaking here. Oh, that's weird because Ohio is not on a fault line. What's up with that? Oh, okay, Pam. I understand, dear. Believe me, I have plenty of times like that. But a lot of times when I'm getting to the point where I can't keep my eyes open, then I'm traveling in the other planes. So come together right now. Okay. Whoa, the pendulum is vibrating. It's really vibrating. Um, will this bring people together? Yes. Okay. Um, it was meant to make people, it was meant to make people go against each other, though. Yeah. But actually, the opposite will happen. People will come together because that's what people do. When things get hard, people come together, start helping each other. It's one of the great things about people. Don't let them snow you. That's what people do. Okay. Another derailment. Oh no. Another, the derailment crap. Trap. I almost said trap. I think that really we need an upgrade in our infrastructure. Instead of sending all our money off to a foreign country for their infrastructure. And I don't think I'm alone in feeling that way. If we can't afford all this stuff for our country, why are we sending billions off to another country? Answer me, riddle me that, okay? And we should be prepared to hold people to explaining that. Hugs, Pam, and you have good dreams. Yeah, I am too preparing for that. We are going to have things better than we ever had it. And we'll get there eventually. It's just that people are being conditioned to fear. And that's been a long time problem. In fact, I have heard from some channels that there's a literal kind of switch in us that get can be triggered to get us to panic. And that needs to be addressed too, because Pan was here. Supposedly, Pan panics sheep and stuff and cattle and stuff when he shows up. But I didn't feel panicky. Hmm. I guess when he's a friend of yours, he doesn't panic you. Yes, yes. We are going to we're going to be able to change everything. I keep getting told that. We're going to figure out, learn how to whatever. We're going to learn how to change everything. Everything that's gone wrong. Even the radioactivity and all that crap that happened. We're going to be able to change all that. And we can now, in fact. We can right now. Just don't know we can. We got to keep learning. But we can do it. We're not helpless. And those of us who are awake enough to know, um, it kind of falls on us to bang away at these problems. Um, we'll get all kinds of help as soon as we just decide to instigate the change and say, I mean, and it can be as simple as just saying, this needs to change. We need some help with this. We don't like this and we don't want to create this anymore. Yes. Greetings, Earthlings. Hello. Hello there, Heather Dawn, Lady Spellbreaker. How are you doing? So Yeah. So do you want to take a little if you want to take a little look at the moon or something, we can do that, although you're front loaded as all get out. Or Mars. You want to do a remote view? If you do, type yes. If you want us to do a group remote view, type yes. And I'll wait. Heather, I want to do a show about I need to talk to you, Heather. Ellen. I've got a show I want to do. It's kind of a public service show. And I think you ought to be there. I think you ought to be in it, in the mix. Yeah, nothing is really outside. That's true, Scotty. And once again, wonderful. Big new beginnings. Yeah, that's my warrior woman. Yes. Okay. Let's go traveling. Okay. Anybody else? Is it just us three? Let's go a traveling, a traveling, a traveling. Let's go a traveling. Do you want to go to the moon or do you want to go to Mars? Where do you want to go? That's I gotta hand it to Scotty. He's always willing to go. It's like it's kind of like one of those, one of those family pets. It's like we're going somewhere. Let's go, dog. Let's go. Yeah. And Scotty's ears are going to be flapping in the wind. He'll stick his head out the window. um, it's basically um, I feel like I need to speak my piece on. I'll explain it to you, and I'll explain it to you person to person. I don't want to say anything until I talk to you about it. You want to go to Mars? Let's go to Mars. We're going on a big bus. That's right. Okay. Okay. I'm going to give it a designation so we can all go there. The most populated place. Let's find the most populated place on Mars. No, wait. Most populated or the most, well, interesting. That's subjective. Okay. How about what the heck? Oh, no. Then they will know of us, won't they? Because they'll be able to see us. I guarantee there'll be some of them that'll be able to see us, at least some of them. You want to go to the most populated place or one of the most interesting places for artifacts? Which? I'll give it a destination and then we'll go. Let's call it D1. Destination D01. Destination D01. The most populated place on Mars or in Mars. What does it look like? What's there? Okay. All you have to do is just relax. Oh, you want the artifacts? Well, let's go look at the artifacts first. Let's look at the artifacts first. Let's take a look at the artifacts. Okay, the coolest artifacts, the most interesting artifacts. Let's go there first. That's going to be D2 then. D2. Okay. Subject, destination, D2. Most interesting artifacts on Mars. What are some of the most interesting artifacts on Mars? The most telling, the most obvious that they're not natural. Okay. So, DO, okay, we're doing DO2 first, Scotty. They want to look at the artifacts. I think we ought to do that first and then go to the. Oh, yeah. We can look at the sun. We can look at what's in the sun. We can do that too. So you got to make up your minds, guys. Are we going to DO1 or DO2? Maybe they're both. Maybe that's something. Maybe they're both. Okay, fine. DO1, first things first. Most populated place on Mars or in Mars. Most populated. Close your eyes, relax, and just take the designation. You can write it down 3 times or pretend to write it down 3 times or type it 3 times. DO1. And then just close your eyes and type what you see and type what you see in all caps. I'm not going to read them until the end, but type what you see in all caps to differentiate that from regular chat. So just close your eyes and see what you see. And just get yourself in a nice, peaceful frame of mind to do this. Nice and peaceful. Put up your bubble, though. I mean, when you're traveling, you wanna have your bubble up. You wanna have your shields up, just in case you show up in the middle of something that's going on. So shields up. Go on in. Take a look around. Whoa. Well, I see a lot of people, but they're certainly not. I can't say what I'm seeing until we're done. Okay, going to be kind of quiet for a few minutes while we do this, folks. Definitely people. That's all I'm saying. Wow. Oh, that's really. I'm trying to make sense of what I'm seeing, actually. Populated by thinking beings. Mm. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm going to give it a few minutes because there's a lot going on there. That's all I'm going to say right now is there's definitely a lot going on there. It's certainly far from, yeah, certainly not vacant. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, I can't say until what I'm seeing until it's over. I'm going to give you several minutes to take a really good look around. You might even want to see if anybody sees you. Does anybody look interesting here that you might want to see if anybody notices you? Oop. Wow. Okay. I know I've probably been quiet for a while. Um, I'm talking to somebody. It's something like Araxa. Some of them are almost, I'd better not say. I'm going to let you look. You were stopped? Yeah, try to go in 3 times. Hmm. We're doing Mars, remember? What is the festival about? Okay, since I'm having trouble tuning in on what you're saying about that, can you just tell me, is it about a deity of some sort? Do you people believe in a deity? Or is this a. Yeah, they're celebrating a particular astrological alignment. Yep, it does appear to be a celebration. Hello, Marilena. Oh, hi, another traveler. Marilena, we're on Mars. We're visiting the people on Mars. Just saying hi. I'm speaking to somebody here. Raxa? Araxa? So it sort of sounds like that. I'm sorry if I'm not saying it quite right, but it's a pleasure meeting you. Um, are you ready for Elon? Kind of interviewing this person. You don't mind me interviewing you, do you? Not at all. Okay. When I ask about what the festival is about, I keep seeing stars. I'm taking that as some sort of astrological development, um, alignment or something, sort of like that. Okay. Because remember, this isn't words, it's just mind speak. Uh, and they're ready, but it's going to be a while more before humans really make it there en masse officially. But there are humans here already, aren't there? Yeah, been here, been born and raised here, haven't they? That's what we thought. Wow. And so, What message is there anything you would like me to tell them? Because my crew are not like your standard Earth person. They know a lot more about this kind of thing. They'll be able to handle it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I hope that the peaceful path is the one that happens. Are you troubled with lawbreakers, evil people? Entropic. Yeah, I understand that concept. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. And like I said, I hope at some point we meet in peace and are able to have a fine conversation and some recreation. That would be nice. I wish I could say the same about our place, but I don't know how that's going to happen. And I am certainly not a dignitary, but I might be considered an emissary. Well, thank you for your time. Ah, wow. I did not get a headache, but they um, are very particular about who they are going to allow. And they don't want many. We're um we're kind of troublesome, I guess. Uh, okay, let me see what I missed while I was there. Ah, yes. Yep, Dome City. Yep. And most of it's underground. What I saw, most of it's underground. They do a lot of their stuff underground. Most of their cities are underground because of the atmosphere. And lots of people. That place is definitely not deserted. Yes, and it's mixed. They're all mixed. And most of them, the majority seem to be blue gray. And they are having a festival. I saw that too. Bright lights. Yep. Shiny, smooth black. I saw them too. Very black, like eel black. And I'm not talking like black people here. I'm talking like eel black. And James Ortiz saw nothing but craters. That's interesting. Good morning, Marilena. Hmm. Maybe Whatever's aligning right now, they're celebrating it because I keep getting stars. Whenever I asked about it, they kept showing me stars. Well, thank you, love. Thank you. Thank you, Heather, Dawn. Hmm. Uh, they're kind of insular. Um, I don't know why I was so well received exactly, but I was pretty well received. But then again, I seem to be an ambassador type person somehow. They almost weren't surprised to see me. Almost like, no, they were not surprised to see me. It's almost like they've seen me before. Huh. Um, there's a lot of underground stuff. And part of what I saw, there was a clear walkway. We were walking on top of something, and the underground had all of these sort of eel black dots going under it, like a lot of something moving under there. Um, I'm not sure whether it was people or something else, but there were many, 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 many of these things, almost like a flowing river, like a flowing river. And I was trying to figure out what I was looking at. I was standing on something that looked sort of like a balcony. There were a lot of different types of people. There were a lot of lights. I saw the blue gray skin. I saw the also the eel black ones, and there were some humans. And I don't know what. I still never got a good answer of what these things or what this stuff was flowing underneath the. But it was very black, and it looks like there are places. They have a lot of underground places. They do a lot of their stuff underground. Um, they are prepared for when we actually have, but they don't foresee it as being very anytime very soon. Phelan thinks he's just going to come up and build an empire there. It's not going to happen like that. Yeah, I'm not really sure why. It seems like, well, see, Scotty, the reason I'm saying that, well, I'm a sovereign being too, my dear. I don't belong to anybody, but myself. However, uh, I seem to be accepted most places as a neutral party. That's why I'm saying that. Most places seem to regard me as a neutral party and therefore don't reject me. Most places, although I've been rejected from some places. Um, but I notice a lot of you getting rejected. I can't tell you why that is happening, but I can say um, they say they're ready to meet humans. Of course, they have humans there already. Nothing surprising there. Uh, However, a lot of them are not interested. Apparently, they're not really that terribly interested in visiting Earth. It's it, or it's a good place to visit, but not a good place to stay at this point. But you say that we'll be ready, but it all depends on how it's handled. They are fully capable of retaliating if we're there for any reason other than peaceful. Uh, you know, they're. I can't say they trust us, and I don't blame them. For some reason, he was willing to talk to me, though. I don't know, maybe Paula. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there. All I know is that whoever that was it's kind of like Eric's or Arx or, but I could be saying that wrong. I could be hearing that wrong. I don't hear names that well. It's very hard for me. Um, it was kind of reminded me sort of at Arx, like that. Maybe, or maybe that was one of their words for something else. I don't know. These things are difficult for me sometimes. Physical words don't necessarily make sense to me, and mine speak makes much better sense. And I was getting, yeah, that they're the whole place is populated, folks. Most of it's underground. They do have some domed places. They do have some domed cities. Um, the tunnels, the glass tunnels, they use those. Yeah. They use this glass like buildings structure. Yeah, they make a lot of things out of stone and glass and artificial glass. Like it's not really glass, it's something else. But yeah, they don't build with things like wood. Nothing like that. I didn't see anything like that. Or yeah, they don't use that kind of thing. They do raise things to eat. They eat. They have social gatherings. Obviously, they celebrate things. There are different levels. There is a certain amount of segregation. Some some species just don't want to mix. Hmm. Okay, ended up going to the populous place. Let's look at the artifact place. Oh, whoa. Okay, I gotta come all the way back. Hi, Alexander. I gotta come all the way back. I'm dizzy now. Yeah. 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 Hmm. Maybe that's what happened, Paula. Alexander is here. Yeah, I didn't see tentacles. Funny, but I didn't see them. Um, actually, most of them looked kind of humanoid, I guess you would say. Not human, but kind of humanish, as in, like, you know, four limbs and a head type beings. Anybody else see anything else? Yeah, rainbow lines. I was seeing that too. They got some kind of lighting system that does that, I think, or something. And it is lit up. It's like there's a festival in what comprises what looks like the streets, but it isn't the street. It's like under the ground they have various levels, and you can actually. It kind of looks like, yeah, it looks like there are different levels. Like you can be up on a balcony looking down uh, at things, at people moving and stuff. Um, yeah. Oh, I'm quite sure, Alexander. And you know what? We've got to get you, we got to get you scheduled in so you can tell us all about things to come. When would you like to come in? A Monday, a Sunday, or a Wednesday? And let us know what time, and I'll set it up because I definitely, yeah, we're at the end of the month. We've got to get Alexander back in here to tell us about what's going to happen this August numerically and for the Lionsgate. I saw some insectoid looking ones. Nevada got a Sasquatch warming. Sasquatch warming or warning? Oh gosh, we got Sasquatch everywhere. Just about everywhere you go, there's Sasquatch somewhere. Except out in the desert. We've never seen them out in the desert. Yeah, I saw some that definitely looked more. Oh, and the ones with protrusions. Now you're talking about the blue gray ones with protrusions? Kind of bluish guys with protrusions on their heads? Because I've been in their ships before. I rode around in their ships. They're friendly. I think it depends on who you talk to. The blue guys, they seem to be pretty friendly. I don't know about all the other ones. I'm getting that it's really a mixed bag. They're not all the same. Some are more friendly than others. Some types, just like here. But most of the time, the blue guys aren't. The blue guys seem to be pretty friendly. A pretty friendly species in general. I don't know. I don't think you can trust everybody of any species, though. Huge diamonds. Yeah, see, that's what everything looks kind of crystalline. There's all this crystalline stuff. Everything's kind of, yeah, everything's made out of this glassy material or the stone like material, is what it looks like. They don't use much else. Yeah, yeah. A lot of there's 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 some that are a little greener and some that are a little grayer, but they're kind of bluish. A lot of them are black. And then there's some humans or humanish. I don't know if they're actually humans, but human looking. Oh, orange skin and a tentacle mouth. Oh, I don't know what that was. I didn't see that guy. In Yoruba, not much UFO activity, but frequency going up, meaning. Right. Ah, Alexander, I was getting something like that, that we're going to be more able to see these things as time goes on. Yeah, I agree. We're going to be able to see it. We're not going to need the glasses though, because we're changing. We're seeing more of this and we have cameras to prove it. That's pretty much what I was getting, is that and that some of these beings are interdimensionals actually trying to help us, but some of them are AI. Some of these things, the things on the plane seem to be some sort of AI that they're testing. Now, that's just with my pendulum. Okay, that's just thoughts that came into my head. You can't. I mean, I'm not going to go 100% on that, but that's what it looks like right now. Right now, it, you know, or at least that's the best I could translate what I was getting. Yeah. Well, I was getting most of these beings that people think, oh my God, we're being invaded. It's like we were invaded like long, long time ago. And I mean like hundreds and thousands of years. In fact, I almost feel sometimes like we were the invaders. Yeah, ancient Egypt vibe, kind of like, yeah, a bit like that. Oh, yeah, the blue cat people. Yeah. 6th of August. Let's see. Um, oh, cool. Um, what day is that, Alexander? Is it a Sunday, Monday, or Wednesday? I will say, I will say tentatively yes. I'll double check on that, but tentatively yes. I could look, I can't look at my schedule right now, but it should be fine. Oh, you went into a crater, then looked up. So they've got a lot of craters up there on Mars. Wonder wonder what happened. Yeah, we've been invaded forever. There's been everything here. Yeah, the dementia room. Yeah, dementia people, they go in and out. Oh, it's a Sunday. Okay, cool. Okay, so do you want it to be more like 8 EST or more like 10? We'll finalize that. Can you get on our new server on Discord? That might help. I've got a new Discord server, and I'm going to see if we can stream. If we can stream to that, we can actually say what we mean instead of having to dance around stuff. Yeah, I really feel the same thing is that we're going to sit as our abilities start to come back, as we start to change, we're going to notice more and more. And it isn't all to hurt us. Everybody's going to try to make you feel like this is all to hurt us. And it's not. This is actually this is actually a rescue mission. A rescue mission, isn't that interesting? Okay. Yeah, you're talking about divining rods? I have those too. I haven't I they wouldn't do anything much for me yet. I guess the time will come. Okay. Yeah, not I at when I first tried Discord, I couldn't get it to work out very well for me. However, this last time it seems to be working better. But I have a newer phone. So, oh cool. Cool, James. Yeah, I mean water witching used to be something that was very acceptable, something that was very necessary because you needed to know where water was in the old days. You had to have a well. It was absolutely necessary unless you were right by a stream or something. But you still often had to have a well. So, um, for some reason, though, when I tried them, they weren't doing anything much that I could tell. Now, it could just be that I wasn't quite ready for it or something. I have to get mine out again. Brass brazing rods, that's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to check on that. I'm gonna see if I can look mine up and see if they'll work now. I found for a long time I couldn't read tarot cards. It made no sense. And still, it's like a second language to me, tarot is. Okay. The Indian medicine cards were easy. The Sacred Path were easy. I could tell you anything with those, but tarot was hard. Um, so I'm I'm thinking, things happen when they're ready. It's still only been recently that tarot's made sense to me. So I'm thinking the rods will work one day. Oh yeah. Well, of course it's multiple purpose. Um I was teaching Jason how to use a divining rod, a divining stick. And he was practicing with it, the fork shaped stick. Um because that seems to be different, but the rods are different. The rods, you hold one in each hand, and that's different. Yeah, of course. Yeah. The well, and people there's been so many misunderstandings about everything. But oh, I wanted to show you. Somebody gave me a really cool dragon keychain at Odd Mall yesterday. They felt sorry for me because I we got there so late I missed everything. But had a nice talk with them and they saw the dragon here. They gave me a nice dragon keychain. I thought that was very nice of them. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'll have to show you. Oh, you were booted off Mary Wins. They gotta quit that. They gotta quit messing with you, girl. That's not right. You might need to ask for some help with that. I'm sorry that happened. It was I nothing I can do. Really? Okay, dear. We don't want to lose Mary Wins. She's she's pretty important. I got to show you some. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to be right back. So I'm going to take a minute. Zip, zippity doo dah. It's a little fully articulated dragon. Ah, isn't he cute? I haven't named him yet. I haven't named him yet. See, he's so cute. Somebody printed this and put it together. This is a printed. This is a printed dragon. I think it's really cool. He needs a name though. What do you think I should name him? And don't tell me Cowboy's Play Toy. He doesn't like that idea. This guy's so cute. You've noticed a change in the energy around your area. Oh, you make those? Cool. 3D printing, yeah. Has anyone been scrolling and noticed you're not touching the screen? Yes. I've done that before. So what's the yeah, I get that. I do get that. In fact, I saw somebody doing this with just their knuckle. Yeah, Mary, we took a trip to Mars. We didn't see much of the artifact stuff. You want to go see the artifacts? See if we can see any more artifacts. Yeah, this guy is all one piece. This guy is all linked together. I can't see where he's joined in any place. He was printed. Hmm. That's a special. Uh, they call they call it silk something. The type of plastic. He's very metallic, kind of silky metallic looking, sort of crystalline looking. It's very pretty, really beautiful. I almost feel like wearing him as a necklace. Make a pretty necklace. Maybe a shoulder dragon. He's cute. So cute. He's purple and gold. Sort of pink and gold and purple. Very cute. Um, you're doing magic, James. Aren't you glad that we're not in an earlier age or you might be burned as a witch? Just a shift. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they had bigger ones. It's just I didn't have the money for it. This one was about $15, and they had a $35 one I wanted. It was really neat. It was bigger. Um, there are people, and Paul talks about this too, and we've had this after a ceremony or something, where you go maybe to a fast food place to get something, and you screw up their, or you go into a store to get something, and you screw up their computers. Yeah. There's a guy who I guess it's just always for him. He has to stand back from computers or he screws them up. They can't function right. So he's got to be careful when he goes through a checkout line that he stands way back from from the computer or he's going to end up getting not being able to check out. Oh, and you drain batteries. Yeah. Had that for a long time. Fortunately, that's stopped, but I had that for a really long time. I don't seem to have that anymore. But that's another side effect that people notice. And yeah, I couldn't wear watches for the longest time. I know a lot of people with that. Cool. 60 hertz. Hmm. Interesting. That's very interesting, James. No, you're an interesting fellow. We need to have you on sometime. You've got a lot of interesting info. I'd like to hear it. Now you're working on charging batteries. That would be cool, isn't it? Wouldn't it? You could just charge your phone. It's like, oh gee, my phone. If you could charge it by just holding it. That would be cool. Yeah, that would really be cool. Well, there's got to be a way to do that too, because even just moving around, even just the bioenergy that we just release into the atmosphere in the form of heat or whatever, uh, the body resonates at 60 hertz. Interesting. I think you will, Michelle. Yeah, yeah. I I can't see why you couldn't. Why not? Side effects. Are you asking me? Well, are you asking me or somebody else? Side effects. You're going to start fires too? I believe that. Yeah, there's a guy who could do that. Why why not? Chi energy is energy. Learn to focus and direct chi energy and key energy, and of course, I can't see why it wouldn't work. Oh, me. A side effect of oh, well, that was the side effect is uh, strange side effects like messing up computers. I've heard that reported many times, draining batteries, messing with computers, getting computers shut down. And it seems for some people to just be the the dissonant energy, dissonance. Some people we don't know why, but it happens. I know it happened with us when we had just come off I think it was just a dissonant energy. It was just we had come off a ceremony. We'd come from a ceremony. We went to somewhere just to get coffee and talk, and we had to stand way back just because I guess our energy was dissonant with the machines. And that's part of the problem is our energy being dissonant with the machines. It throws both of them off. It seems like it Throws us off and it throws them off sometimes. The dissonance. Oh, I've been to Fork. I had a collection of bent forks. We'll have to have a fork bending party one day. That'll be fun. Okay, we'll have to have that. We'll have to have a bending party one day where we're doing crazy shit like that. I used to have, when I would get in I would go, I would do it when I went out to karaoke. I would get feeling a certain way. I would be at a really happy place because I love going out and I would have a few drinks. I'd have a few drinks, sing some karaoke. The vibe would be nice and pleasant and high. And I would start bending their forks at this one bar and grill. Yeah. I could make bracelets out of them if I got it down to that. If I got it right, I could make bracelets out of them. Blue sparks. Yeah. You carry a lot of static. Yeah. Oh yeah. Spoons are not as much fun to bend as forks. So you can do so much more with a fork. I'm hearing ground yourself. Um, yeah, you can get a little bracelet that, okay, you can get I have an earthing pillowcase here. I've shown it before. It doesn't look like much, really. But you can get an earthing pillowcase that has a cord that plugs in, has a cord that plugs in right there, snaps on like a snap. And there's Cowboy being adorable. He says, "Are you showing me, Mom? Let me look particularly cute." And then it runs around and plugs in, and this is what the plug looks like. It's just a grounding plug. You plug it into the ground, and it earths you. There's my little boy. He says, "Aren't I adorable? Look at that." Are you showing me off again? I was showing people the earthing technology. But you're cute too, baby. Okay. Yeah, my baby cat. He's my old baby cat. He's such a sweet baby. He is just fine with being a big baby. He is just fine with that. And that's okay. Yeah, I have got an idea with how to make a grounding shoe so that when you're walking around with shoes on, you can still get the grounding, the earthing effect. But I'm not sure it's going to work yet, but it should work. Yes, barefoot on the ground would be the best. Barefoot on the ground would be the best. But in lieu of that, you can get a little bracelet that plugs in, that attaches to a cord that plugs in. You can get sheets. You can get pillowcase like this. You can get earthing mat that you can stand on or step on. Yeah, you can get a lot of earthing, grounding things now. Well, putting earth in your shoe might make your shoes dirty. It might help. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna there somebody made some shoes, but the grounding plug falls out. They say it doesn't last. Shoes really don't last. I think I have an idea how to do it that it would last. Better, anyway. Of course, could just put a chain around your ankle and let it drag on the ground. All you need is something conductive, touching the ground and your skin, which is why I'm thinking of putting something not in the sole where it's going to get a lot of wear, but maybe on the side, but still touching the ground, sort of like so that it's not going to get the lion's share of the wear, but it's going to get um, in contact with the ground so that it doesn't wear out uh, and still touches your skin. You wouldn't be able to wear socks unless you had conductive socks. Yeah, it's not very practical. You could, that's another thing I was thinking. Some kind of an ankle bracelet. Mm, see if I could make it in a way that wouldn't really get in the way. A tensor ring. Okay. Well, Mary, you know what? I don't know anything about tensor rings. You're going to have to come in here and explain that to us. Okay. Will you come in and explain it to us sometime? You're just being so adorable. He's just an adorable guy. Yeah, he's such a sweetheart. I want one. Let's trade. I don't know if you want to trade, but if you want to trade, I'm up for some kind of trade. I'm also going to ask you if you would put our links on Pinterest. If you have a Pinterest, if you don't have to talk on Pinterest. You don't have to do anything except put a link on Pinterest so people can find us. And I may have some kind of an event where if you show me that you put the link on Pinterest, maybe instead of a contest, I'll just make it everybody who gives me a link on Pinterest for my channels, everybody who gives me a link on Pinterest, um, gets something out of it. Maybe a special ceremony, maybe some kind of reading. I'm not sure what to make it yet, but I'm going to reward people who give me a Pinterest link because Pinterest links don't expire. And they're not like other social media. You don't have to be chatting and doing things in order to find things on Pinterest. It just stays there. So, if you show me that you linked me on Pinterest, I will be glad to. I'm going to devise a reward for people, some kind of reward, and maybe I'll even listen to you guys what you would like from me. Oh, it was lightning. Yeah, you know what? Um, that reminds me, I had a cool thing happen going home from. I have been thinking about the lightning bugs and how I used to have a pet lightning bug in my apartment that would come out every year. I would have a lightning bug for a little while come out and fly around my apartment. I kind of miss it. So, coming home from Oddmall, and this was in the daytime, lightning bug somehow blew in my car and was crawling around on my dress, right in my heart area, and then on my hand for a while. I'm like, "What are you doing out at this hour?" And then, of course, when the car took off, he took off. You know, when the car started moving and the air started moving, he took off. But I had a little lightning bug friend for a while. He would have made a nice pet. So I think that had a meaning to me. I think I may look up all of the meanings to lightning bug, but I call them enlightening bugs. And I like lightning. I really enjoy lightning. But it's funny because I was saying I kind of miss my lightning bug friend. It was funny that one just came up in the daytime of all things. I love lightning. I love watching lightning. I love lightning storms. I'll open the curtains to watch. I'll open the blind to watch lightning storm. I'll go outside sometimes under the. I've actually videoed lightning storms. Well, thank you. Mary, there's Sowens. Is that your Pinterest? You have a magnetic ankle bracelet. Hi, Angel Wings. How you doing? Oh, you keep your yeah grounding mat on your bed. Yeah, yeah. I have been sleeping. You sleep better with that. I can recommend it. See, we are electrical systems, and the thing is, we can build up too much of a charge and short ourselves out. You know, you can you can burn yourself out, literally. You can short yourself out. Nice to see you on, and welcome. You know what? That doesn't worry me, Paula. Um, I have almost been struck by lightning a bunch of times, but it loves me. If it ever does strike, well, that's going to be. I'm not willing it to happen because I know that there can be some side effects to that I'm not going to like. But well, if it happens, it happens. But strong magnet. You know what? I've got to find them again. I made a magnetic healing sticks. They have a strong neodymium magnet on each stick, and if you take them and put your whatever the affected area is, it helps the pain and move the magnets around. It helps the pain. Yeah. You know what? Like I said, Mary, I'm really interested in it, and I would like you to explain it to us sometimes. What exactly and how you go about doing using that. And then of course, if when I get one, I'll tell people about it. I'd be glad to advertise it on the show. Yeah, I'm not asking for it. I'm really not. I'm not. Cancel that if that's coming. I'm not really looking for that. But yeah, I've come so close. But I'm not going to worry about it. It's not going to scare me. you know, back in the old days, like I said, actually, it still applies. The Native Americans got struck by lightning, you were a shaman. If you lived, you were a shaman. If you died, you were a dead shaman. You're still a shaman. So either way, so you're an instant shaman. So it was good either way from their point of view. Oh, wow. 2 inches from your back. Wow. Mountain in the rain. Yeah. And lightning struck behind you 2 inches from your back. Wow. Yeah, that would be something. And here's the funny thing is after we did a video where I saw it strike a building. We saw it live strike a building. After that, our building got struck too. So lightning was just zapping all kinds of things. And this, our electrical system, our door system hasn't. What do you call it? Door security hasn't quite been the same ever since. Had to repair it, and it hasn't been the same. Yeah, I make magnetic bracelets. If you have any desire for that, I do make magnetic bracelets and anklets. I've been making those for a long time. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, either way, you're a shaman. If you get struck with lightning, you're a shaman either way. Can't lose. To them, it's just, hey, that's great. Oh, yeah, blue light. Yeah. hmm Yep. Almost a shaman a few times. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is, I guess not being afraid of it might have maybe saved me, eh, in a few instances because, yeah, I think it might have actually saved me. Um, I can't explain that. Just, I have a special relationship. That's all I can explain right now. Oh yeah, copper bracelets. I have, in fact, you guys haven't seen it yet. I have some special material here that is silver impregnated material that will block EMF. And also, if I were to hook it with alligator clips to a ground, it would ground me. So this is expensive stuff, though. You can get much cheaper version that is. I made a whole poncho out of it to wrap up in to protect myself. But copper, I do have copper if I can find them. I have copper beads that I got specifically to make copper bracelets that were comfortable. We're not, hard copper, to make copper bracelets that were flexible, like elastic or something. I might get some more. I even got some hematite, copper coated hematite, magnetite, even copper coated magnetite is pretty much magnetite's hematite that's magnetic. Yeah, this was not cheap. This was not cheap. This is the silver kind. And it's the kind they use for shielding and things like belly bands and stuff for pregnant ladies in China and underwear. And yeah, they sell EMF blocking underwear. It's another one. Socks and stuff. And you can get hats and different things. I started making all that stuff, but then I ended up getting shut down by a few things, and now I can't find all my stuff that I was making. I've still got a poncho made though. Um, but yeah, getting shielded from EMF. Yeah, I do feel different when I wear this. It's subtle, but I do feel different now. It's not going to have a full Faraday effect because there are holes. To have a real, actual Faraday effect, there can't be any holes in it. It's got to be a mesh all the way around. But it will bounce some things off. So it won't ground you on its own, but it will bounce some things. Yeah. And you can get women's camisoles and stuff. And it's usually they're ugly though. Oh, they're ugly. No style. Well, no, a Faraday cage can be fairly far apart. Like you can have a mesh. They do sell like a version of this that's like a mosquito net. So you can get that, but it's expensive. So they do have a version that's like mosquito net. And I got some of that once. I don't know what became of it. So you could get a mosquito netting and just kind of, I was thinking of doing that too. Just making some kind of hat wear that was sort of like with a veil like women used to wear a veil. Mm. But I figure I have to do it stylishly or I'll look really crazy with mosquito netting hanging from my hat all the time. Chinese underwear. I have pre-ordered it a little bigger than usual because Chinese sizes are different, way different. What a handsome boy. Yes, you are. Here, lay on my hand a little bit. That make you feel better? Yeah, I know. He wants mommy to come to sleep. Saying, mommy, I'm here with you, but you coming to bed soon so that we can cuddle and I can get my belly rubbed. And as long as I'm rubbing his belly, he's okay. I've heard that. I tried testing that. I didn't get good results with it, but I could have been doing it wrong. I need a tester again. Paul had a tester for a while, but we couldn't figure out some of the results. You're eating with dragons? Eating your fork? You're my little dragon that I got. What do you think of it? Oh, look at those eyes get wide. Yeah, a cowboy thinks it's pretty cool looking. It's pretty interesting, huh? Yeah. If I let you play with it, though, it's going to be in pieces, probably. Oh, Suffragette City came on. Ooh, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, dragons. And people, got the wrong idea about dragons, too. Right? This little knucklehead here. Yes, my little knucklehead right here. No, it has to be conductive. It has to actually have metal or something like that in it. Um, this has literal silver strands in it. Oh, you were going to eat that. I know what you were going to do. You were going to eat this string. You love to do shit like that, you little knucklehead, you. Nope, you don't get it. Nope, you don't get to eat that. You'll be sick. Um, you can actually get cheaper. It's like nickel, iron nickel, or some copper nickel coated material that works fine. It's the kind of thing you uh, insulate. Some people wrap them around their meters, their electrical meters, so that they don't get the EMF from electrical meters, which is particularly nasty. The EMF from electrical meters is really bad. Smart meters. Wow. Heavy fish nets soaked in diesel. Mm, wow. Yeah, some places the bugs are really, really fierce. Yeah, the blue people with protrusions on their heads. Hmm. I wonder who they actually are. Um, I mean, what their name, what they're called. I'm not the one to ask about that kind of stuff. Um, anyway, I am beginning to be such a space case right now. I think I'm going to have to end the stream pretty soon. Although we're having a wonderful time here, I'm having a wonderful time. I'm going to leave it go for another few minutes, but I'm tired now. Yeah, I'm going to need to get some rest. I got to get up and do some stuff tomorrow. And then I'm going to attempt to get a reading done for my other channel. I put a reading up there a couple of weeks ago and haven't been able to get another reading yet up in there. So, but it'll happen when it's supposed to. Oh, yeah. I live near a bog. Tell me about it. Yeah, Michelle, he certainly does. Thanks for noticing. She sure does. David does follow me. What did he say that? Yeah, that's an understatement. He's always around. Like I said, he's in everything I do. Everything I do. And here comes David. And David's face just pops up everywhere. He's something else. Um, so, Polly, you live near a swamp, and I live near a bog. I get it. We have mosquitoes. We have mosquitoes around here, and some other things that if you don't know how to deal with it, you can certainly have a miserable time. But I'm drinking my vinegar, my water right here. Alkaline. David just, he's something else. He's like, I'll walk into a store where they're playing, old music, older music from like a certain era. It's like, I'll walk in, half the time I'll walk into Mark's here and the song will come on, Blue Jean. I just met a girl named Blue Jean. Because there's a line in there. She's got lilac lips. Sometimes just as I'm walking in, she's got lilac lips. Because I did tell him one time I used lilac lip liner. You've been hearing different sounds. Me too. And you know what? It kind of concerns me is I've been hearing train noises that are different. You know how you get used to train noises if you've lived near train tracks all your life, which I have. There's a track here that is very, very rarely used, but it sounds a certain way. But a few weeks ago, there was a train coming through that sounded different. And I was just sitting there going, don't you dare have a spill around here. Don't you dare let him have a spill here. It just sounded different. Yeah. Yeah. And longer than usual and louder somehow different, just different. Yeah, I don't know what to think of that. Yeah, I believe that too, Angel Wings. But also, our ability to perceive these things is developing. So, and really, I can't emphasize that enough. We're changing too. So, a lot of this stuff that's been here all the time, we're going to finally be able to see it and experience it. But it's always been here. And then, you know what? At the same time as that's happening, other stuff's going to drop away, other stuff's going to leave. So, you know, don't flip out when things leave. There are things that are going to be leaving us. They're going to be leaving our reality. But there are going to be other things coming in. And it's not that they're really coming in or leaving, it's that we're able to perceive them. But once we get past a certain point, there's some things we won't be able to perceive anymore because we'll be out of that range. It's it's a range of experience, a range of frequency, range of experience. That's why I say when we get up high enough, the darker stuff cannot get you because they can't reach you. They can't even see you. You're out of their range. So don't chew on that, you silly thing. No, 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 no. You lie down, get your belly rubbed. I'll play with the string with you later, okay? But you eat them. Problem is, the last time I played with you, you had half the string eaten before I knew it. And then he throws them up. Thank God he throws them up. Yeah, I know. I play with them up in the sky dragons, the cloud dragons. Sometimes I go out and play with them. I I go out and we have a wonderful time. People don't understand. People don't even know that can be done. Aren't you glad that you're you and not somebody who doesn't understand all that? Every one of you. I wish, well, my wish for you is that you come to understand how unique and wonderful you are. That you come to understand how wonderful, unique, and magical you are because you are. Why, who doesn't talk with loads of people? You're out of resonance. That, you know what? I guess we're just going to have to call it that and just leave it at that. You fall out of resonance with people and things and places. You fall out of resonance and then, you know, and there are people who have just disappeared. I was warned that that was going to happen. There are people that just disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to them. They're just gone. But some of us, the reason our certain friends and family don't talk to us is because we've gone beyond their ability to understand. And once again, that's a lack of resonance. Can't resonate anymore. That's okay. You know, for me, it's okay. I I've gotten to the point where I don't take it personal. Oh yeah, yeah, that's me too. I As solar flare hits, I want to take a nap. Yeah, and some people get crazy. Weird, huh? Weird. I have to take, yeah, and some people it seems like it activates them, activates some kind of crazy switch, and other people it puts them to sleep, and that's like me. I have to rest. Yep. And sometimes it makes it really hard to think too. Okay, yeah. It's coming up on 4 hours. Coming up on 4 hours, and I'm enjoying the heck out of this discussion. And somehow it's always coming up on 4 hours when I'm enjoying the heck out of the discussion. But I feel like 4 hours is enough for me to spend doing this because that's really a lot of time there, and I need to be sleeping. So I do need to get some sleep for tomorrow. So I'm gonna say, yeah, we're getting there, folks. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here. I love you, and I want to see you on Wednesday. We're, tech willing, if Streamyard lets me. Hey, if you get me up to 500 people, I won't have to rely on Streamyard. So somehow, if we manage to have 500 subscriptions, it's not that far. It's only 100 and something. I think I had 380 something last count. So I only need like 120 more or something, and I will not need to use StreamYard anymore. I can just go on to um, just get on YouTube when I want to. However, I probably still will use StreamYard for a while. But solar flares, yeah, geez. So I'm getting close to that point where I have enough people to just stream without needing StreamYard. Okay, so folks, I'm going to end it now, and remember that you're divine. You don't have to take no BS. Okay, you don't have to take any BS, and definitely not from lower entities. You don't have to take any shit from lower entities. Okay, you don't have to. There's none of that you should be afraid of. Walk your truth and know that you're more powerful and you are going to vibrate right out of their hands. Mhm. Solar flares. Oh, yes. Well, thank you, Mary. That's very sweet of you. Like I said, I want to hear more about these tensor rings. Maybe I'll look it up and see if I can uh, find out any more about what a, because that's one subject I really don't know that much about. I know about a lot of subjects, but I don't know much about that one. It's a different one. And send you links. Okay. Okay. Please, if you are sending me mail and I don't answer, I don't look at my email that often as I probably should. And sometimes I miss things. Um, if you can get onto Discord, that might be easier. MeWe's kind of running down. Um, so I don't know. We're migrating, like Pam said. Oh yeah, we already won. We we have a bright future. We just have to get through some transitional stuff. That's all. But the future really is going to be much brighter. You'll see. We just have to get through this tricky part here. And really, I'm not doing that bad. I gotta say, I'm in a better place than I've ever been in. I like this place as far as a place, as far as a nice dwelling. I'm in a better place than ever. Um, I've got a wonderful cat, a wonderful, wonderful cat who's a baby, who I wanted a baby. I wanted an old baby cat who's a sweetheart. I wanted one, yes. I love him. And I have you guys. I wanted a channel and some people that I could talk to plainly without having to mince words, that I could just talk to. And that's you guys. So really, I have a lot. Now I just need to get some friends physically near me to go out and hang out with. And somehow that's going to happen too. Okay. Angel Wings, nice seeing you. Paula, nice seeing you. We don't see you too much. Uh, like I said, Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. And usually around 10. But sometimes I come on around 8 to accommodate guests. Um, okay. And when I'm not on, it's probably a tech issue or something like that. So, the truth is where you find it. Let people know you love them. And remember, we've already won. We've already won. And you are divine. Oh, and did I tell you you are divine? And by the way, did I tell you you're divine creators? Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. He's here waiting for me to close it down because he's just waiting for his belly rubs and his pettings and, you know, cuddling up. And he likes to cuddle and, you know, yep. I always wanted a cuddler. Okay. Yep. I think I've said my piece for tonight, and we'll do this again Wednesday. Y'all, love ya.